Hey, I'm Chef Ashbell, and I'm back with you again doing a basic biscuit recipe. Now, Southern biscuits are an art form, and this is a biscuit recipe from my family, so pay close attention. What we're going to do is put 2 cups of flour in our sifter. A teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of sugar, and you want to have 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, and you're just sifting the dry ingredients together, and it's the perfect way of making sure that your flour has no lumps and that everything is well incorporated. And it's guaranteed to make a flavorful and light biscuit, so you avoid having spots where you just don't have any seasoning or don't have any baking powder. So the next step to this is cold butter. And I've kept it down here in the fridge. And you want to keep it in the fridge until the last possible minute. I'm going to move the bowl forward for a second. And what we're going to do is finally cut this cold butter. Cut this in 4s. Cut each slice, each quarter-pound piece, you need ½ a pound of butter. And this is going to make the biscuit flaky. So I just move these pieces together. You want cold butter because this is how you get a flaky biscuit. This is the secret of flaky, fluffy biscuits. You want them fluffy, but you also want it flaky. And so basically you go over this, cut this into bits. And you want to work quickly because you can't have melted butter. Okay? And this then goes into your flour. Like that. And I will show you how you mix that very, very quickly. The Irish actually adapted this recipe from Irish soda bread. So this was the first fast bread in America. It was created to be made and eaten in 20 minutes. Okay, so people didn't have time to fuss around with the daily bread. So the biscuit became a staple in the South because of that. And what I'm doing now is just kneading through very quickly because I don't want the heat of my fingers to really start to melt the butter. So you do this very quickly and you get a dough with lots of kind of little chunks in it, and you want to end up with the consistency of kind of coarse meal. And you want to break up those big pieces into smaller pieces, just enough so that you are going to be ensured a flaky biscuit. And fat, which is the butter, dispersed into the flour like this, ensures that flaky biscuit. And now you're ready for the milk. Okay, so I usually put a little well in the center, and I pour about ¼ cup of milk. And what you want to do is just mix it together with a wooden spoon so that until it forms a basic dough. And you know, this is the messiest part of this operation because you know, while you start with that spoon, you're going to end up with your hands. So a bit more, and just keep adding a little bit more up to probably a quarter cup or half cup or more of liquid. So this is, you want it to come together in a dough pretty much like that, so that it holds together like that. You want it holding together like that. So just a little bit more liquid is going to do the trick here. And you'll see that the little remnants here, and you can just press those on to the tackiest part of this dough until you get a ball like this. This is what you're looking for, okay? So, on a floured board, we got the whole bit of biscuit dough that we have. And here's an important thing. We're not making bread, we're making biscuits. So we want to knead this once, twice, 3 times max, and that's it. If you do it anymore, you're making bread and not biscuits, okay? And you're going to have a tough glutinous thing. So here, we'll just divide this into half. Let's put this here for the moment. And we're just going to roll out the dough just to give us a basic biscuit. And for a classic biscuit, I want to make sure that you got enough flour. You want to make sure you got enough flour so that the dough doesn't stick to your rolling pin. Okay? And for a classic biscuit, you want to roll this out to about 1/2 inch. Okay? Roll that out to about 1/2 inch. Here's the traditional Southern way. You get a small glass and you press it down into the dough, and that's your classic biscuit. And that's your classic biscuit. And you've got the rest of the dough to do whatever you want with it. But that is a classic Southern biscuit into the oven, 450 for 15 minutes, and that's going to be a delicious, delicious biscuit. And that's a good Southern biscuit right there.